It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
On Hero Wars Facebook and web, we got a Mother of Scorpions special event. Very basic Hero Soulstone event. But there's this common thing that Ziri is the worst tank in the game. And in a game where heroes that are not even tanks can tank, Anvari can tank, Arachne can tank, Maya can tank, Dante, of course. We have Leon tanks sometimes, Kark tanks, Isaac tanks. Of course, we have all of the tanks that can tank. All the tanks. Morrigan tank, you know. In a world where we have all of these tank options, you got to ask, like, what does Ziri bring to the table? Now, normally in most common conversations, I'll say things like, well, every hero can work. Every hero can be used with the right supporting cast around them. Sometimes the supporting cast would win regardless of the tank choice. And I feel like there are certain heroes in this game, like the Arachne Maya combo, the combos with Iris, Iris, Heidi, Dante, Iris, Heidi, Dorian. A lot of those teams would win regardless of the tank choice. The tank is beneficial because they provide utility either through more damage, through team damage mitigation via their artifact weapons, dodge, armor, revive in the case of Astaroth. Ziri's big thing is her taunt, and it pains me to say this because this is like one of the truest tank abilities in the game. In all of Hero Wars and Hero Wars Mobile, there is no ability that is more tank-like than this right here. The ability to force the enemy to target her. Right? You have a little bit of reflection damage, physical damage only, by the way, and you can't control it. That's the problem, is you can't control the timing on these cooldowns. But here's the big problem. Unless she's super, 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 super high built, and you've got some good supporting cast around her, and I'm talking multiple armor artifact weapons, or multiple dodge, or multiple magic defense, depending on who you're going up against, this ability right here causes trouble. Whenever she drops below 30% health, she burrows into the ground and hides for 7 seconds. This limits build choices. Your hero in second position all of a sudden is your tank, and if that's not a tank, then you're in trouble. And this ability right here modifies her bury ability. When she unburies, she stuns and throws back. So it's a nice little control ability if you can survive, if your team can survive the 7 seconds. So you got to lean in to this provoke right here. So Ziri is best played in manual mode. Not a great defensive hero in any regard because you can't play her on manual on defense, obviously. And the ability to have enemies focus her, things like Dante's ultimate, Yasmin, different abilities will focus onto her instead of hitting your team, right? And that's really all she's got, though, right? That's only if they get her health low. Griff is 100% correct. If you can keep her alive, if you can keep her above 30%, she's fantastic. Just fantastic. Her ability to reflect damage, her ability to force enemies to attack her, her skin choices, she's got triple health, which is a big part of keeping her above that 30%, is maxing those 3 health skins and her default skin, of course, her armor skin, and her armor and health and magic defense glyphs, her gift of the elements. Like, you really gotta fill her out. Like, serious fill her out. But the good news is if you're facing a team that doesn't do big spiky damage, and there are a lot of those. Ishmael doesn't do big spiky damage, but he does a lot of damage, right? He hits pretty hard, but it's not big hits like Dante. By the way, there might be a bug with Dante going on right now. Hero Wars Facebook and web. Might be a little bug. We're gonna learn more about that, and I'll get back to you over the weekend. Ziri's my main tank. Ziri is a fine tank. She's gonna do well. It's just leaning to her strengths is harder to do than other tanks. But that's not to say that she can't tank everything just fine. And I think that maybe we should try it a little bit. Maybe we should take a look at some Clash of Worlds lines and see if there's some opportunities here. All right, so let's do this. Let's do max on both. All right, so if we were fighting this team on the bridge and we had to use Ziri because she was our tank choice, what would we use? What heroes would we need? Where even is Ziri? What heroes would we use against this? There's no Sebastian here. And you have an Isaac, so you wouldn't want to use magic damage at all. I say we lean into Yasmin. Let's lean into Yasmin. Let's throw Oliver on here to keep her health high. Let's use Sebastian. We're going to use Sebastian to prevent the blind. Blind Yasmin does no damage. I think that we're going to use our own Isaac to counter the Aurora and Celeste. Nebula Isaac. Actually, this is better with Celeste right here, but this is fine. This is fine right here. I think this could be a fine team. This could be a fine team. Of course, it is a good excuse to discuss a hero that you might not otherwise talk about. I don't actually care which hero it is. Let's see. The reason for these events for me is to get dolls. Oh yeah, absolutely. And the reason for the reason why they have these events is to get players to try new heroes, like newer players trying them out there. So we won. Did we win because Ziri, or did we win because I chose a team behind Ziri that could defeat this team? Well, it's really easy to test. Let's try a tank that's wildly different. Let's say that I chose Rufus, who is definitely not a great tank in this situation, but he's a fine tank in this situation. He's fine, right? There's not a lot of enemy magic damage here, only the Celeste, and I bet you that this attacking team is still going to win, right? And herein lies the problem. And the great thing about Hero Wars is that sometimes not having the best doesn't matter. If you have the right heroes behind Ziri, it doesn't matter. Let's try an off tank that stands in front of Yasmin. Who is an off tank that stands in front of Yasmin? Anvari? Ooh, let's try Mushy and Shroom. Try Mushy and Shroom in here. Mushy and Shroom, it's just fine. Change attacking team. And let's actually get crazy. Let's actually get crazy here, and let's just fight this guy with the same line. Nebula, Sebastian. I really don't like using all of these heroes here. I really don't like using all of these heroes here, but I think this is fine. And away we go. This is just me attacking. I'm using Astaroth. I'm sorry, I'm using Corvus here. Corvus is probably the best tank to use in this situation, except I'm getting blown up. No, my Corvus is dead. That's all right. We still won. That was a close one. Corvus, I think, is a really good tank in this situation because a couple of reasons. Qingmao does damage over time, Celeste does damage over time, and Iris does a bunch of small hits as well. I think Corvus is a great tank. I think there's a lot of tanks that work well here. Do we have a Rufus Dante line? We don't. We've got this one right here, a Rufus Arachne. Let's try Rufus Arachne. Okay, so we are using Sebastian. We don't need to use Isaac. We're still going to use Yasmin because countering the Iris. The point is to use Ziri here. Where are you, Ziri? Where are you, Ziri? We're going to use Morgan here to kill Rufus, to help handle Rufus. The right counter heroes is what matters. One specific hero doesn't make or break anything. Now, while this fight's going on, I will say that there are tanks that have an easier time. Aurora has a much easier time with a lot of the lines. Rufus has a much easier time with a lot of the lines. Astaroth is going to be a better choice a lot. Like, boom, Ziri won just fine. But if we changed Ziri out for Anvari, here's my strategy. I have Ziri in front of Yasmin, provides Yasmin time to charge up. When Ziri buries, Yasmin unleashes retaliations. Aha. Okay. A little slower than Ziri, but that's okay. We still won. Change attacker. Let's try a paladin. Yeah. Let's get it out there. Or is he a monk? Is he a paladin or a monk? Marcus. Or a priest. Either way, it doesn't matter. The right team behind your tank, that's all you need. I bet you, probably not actually, but let's see what happens. Let's just do 4 heroes. The right 4 heroes. Luther's a good tank. Luther's a fine tank. Yeah, see? Don't even need a tank. Is having Ziri in this situation better? I don't know. Ziri's a great hero. Is she the best tank? Very small amount of time is she the best tank. Is she the worst tank? Absolutely not. The worst tank does not exist. What is Nebula's role? I forgot to take her out. That's Nebula's role. I forgot to take her out. People sleep on Yasmin, by the way. Unfortunately, since my Morgan is dead, I've got no chance of winning here. Oh, I won! Chaba fits this. Chaba is the worst tank because he's the least used. Ah, well, we could have a whole discussion about Chaba as well, I think. But look, Galahad tanks this just fine. Tanks this Rufus Arachne team just fine. Let's find a Rufus Dante team because that's like really what people are. That's like the meta right now, right? The meta. We have a lot of Auroras here. There's a Dante team. Let's try this team. Let's try this and then we'll move on to other things. Ziri. We don't need Morrigan. Who shall we use? Let's try Hid Fafnir. Hid Fafnir. All right, so we got to put all over here. So we'll put Biscuit. Sure. Axel. Get a monkey. Get a monkey. All right. All right. So Fafnir's role here is to tank Zhu in the back without having to use Martha. Ooh, Iris and Monkey. Let's see what we do with Christmas Tree. Oh, it's Garfield. Sorry. Eat him, chomp. Oh man. I promise you guys, the tank choice does not matter. The tank choice does not matter. Ziri on defense times it out. I think that's a poor strategy, though. I get that it works, but timing out it doesn't work every time against a well-built team with healing blocking and all of that. Timing out doesn't always work. But I agree that that's one of her strengths. Absolutely. The point that I'm trying to make, guys. Ziri's a good tank. She's good enough. If you built Ziri because you love Scorpion Mama, love her skins, I tell you what, her cybernetic skin was one of the skins that I liked early on. Like early on. Let's see. Something about it. Maybe it's the style of the shirt. I don't know. She's got like the headset on with the cat ears. I don't know what it was, but I really liked it. I don't really like any of her other skins though. This one's okay. This one looks more like Bones to me. Like I think I would have preferred this to be like Bones than a wicker furniture. Wicker furniture legs. Anyway,